All right, Strazza with the bull market shirt on today.
Palm trees. Yeah.
Is that not? Is that not? What does that say? Center point.
Yes. This shirt was made when we were in Asia.
Oh yeah, that's nice. I like it. Let
Speaking
me
of
tell you
Asia,
something. I'm like the mayor at the local park. You know that? I walk around with these two boys, dude. Everybody's. I'm saying hi to everybody. You should have seen me at the park yesterday. I'm
yeah,
like,
yeah.
I know everybody there. I'm there like
You're
3 times a week. Half my neighborhood is there.
you're
There are
already
people who
that
don't
dad.
know that it's such a vibe, the park, and they're there for the first time, and they're like, "Whoa, everybody's here." I'm like, "I know. Where you been?" You know,
Have
it's
you
pretty
seen
cool.
China, JC?
What?
Have you seen China, my friend?
Have I seen China? Dude, I'm so long China
I
and I want
texted
to
you
own more
yesterday.
China and I'm trying to stop myself from being more long China. Like
Yeah.
whenever I'm like, oh, I need to put money to work. Why don't we just buy more fucking China?
hmm
You know?
I feel I feel that way about China and Bitcoin miners right now. Like
You know,
I don't know if I should be
I
buying
don't
them.
have the Bitcoin miner exposure that you've got.
hmm
Um
Some of
I
them
mean, I
are
got
just
other
going.
crypto exposure, obviously. So I mean, I'm not in, but I don't have all these. You have 10 miners. I don't think I own any.
Some of these things are like just leaving the station now. Like Iren, we've been talking about. It's been a runner, but like look at the bit deer. Look like BTDR. Some of these things they look really good,
Oh yeah. Who? You see the
right?
trannies? Are we allowed to call them trannies?
Yeah. No, we could say that.
All right. All right, let's go.
Trannies and smalls.
Trannies and smalls. All right.
Yeah.
Shout out to the trannies. Let's roll.
Run it. I can't take no loss. I don't even know what it costs. I hit the ground, then it go off. Yeah, hit the ground, then it go off. Yeah, I can't take no loss. I don't even know what it costs. Yeah, I hit the ground, then it go off. Yeah, hit the ground, then it go off. Yeah, run it. Ooh, I really feel it's my time. Think it's my year. Yeah.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the morning show. I am your host, JC Parets. Spencer Israel is at the beach. Very smart man, going with his family to the beach once all the kids are gone. Genius move. Shout out Spencer Israel. We got Steve Strazza in the house. We got Izzy on the ones and twos. We got Slick Rick, Chartmaster Flex behind the scenes, bringing in the charts. We got some great guests for you today. Stay tuned. We got a great show for you. Hit it, Izzy. All
Yo.
right. We got BC Lund in the house today.
Oh,
That's
sick.
exciting.
Sweet. Great.
Um, is it too late to buy EOS? Can you throw up slide 6 before we get into the state of the market? Is it too late to be buying EOS? For those of you who need more battery exposure,
Mm.
how much battery exposure do you have, Mr. Strazza? That was quite the stick it put up yesterday, I got to tell you.
I'm in, but I got a weird feeling about this one, I'll be honest.
Like in a bad way, it's up another 4% this morning.
There's not a single stock that more people, how like, our friends, our colleagues they'll bring us stocks as if like, if they're really good, like it's a good story. Like this one keeps being brought to me like it's just like this really good secret stock. And once 5 people bring you the really good secret stock,
It's
it's
not a
not a
secret.
really good secret stock anymore.
We
So that's where
when
I'm
we
at
were
with
in New Orleans,
EOS.
if you recall, everybody was bullish. Everybody we were with,
Yeah,
everybody was like, and then that was what? When were we in New Orleans?
one of
Mid-May?
our one of our friends knows a guy here who like, but there's just a lot of bullishness
I mean, it's
around
at
this
the
one.
same levels it was when we were in New Orleans.
Yes, that's right. So, a lot of
Just
hype.
now breaking out.
A lot of hype. Let's see it. I'm in. I got like
You're
200.
already in. And are you in the comment or are you in the options? Are you fighting time with this one?
I completed my position yesterday because I got one of those calls about it. I was already half in, made it a full position yesterday. So we'll see.
Man,
These
I'm getting people telling me that there are signs of a top everywhere. That's what they're saying.
when
Saying
people are,
signs of a top everywhere. Everything's, everything's a scam or a grift, and everybody, what is people
wavies,
so angry about?
Wavy wants to see a semiconductors chart. Really, like, there's nothing to see there. It just looks damn good.
What do we do? What do we say we do as a little state of the markets? I got a great chart for you today, Mr. Strazza. I got the chart of the week right here
Give
on
it to
the
me.
show.
I
But let's
want to
get the
see it.
state of the markets and then we'll get to the chart. What do you say? Hit it,
I
Izzy.
can't wait.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we got the Dow this morning. What is going on?
It's not semis you got to worry about. It's software, if anything. Software.
Tell me why while I reboot this. What's the problem
You're,
with
you're
software?
not seeing the same momentum there. Software stocks, no matter how you look at it, really haven't been able to get back and sustain a new cycle high since since the sell-off in March and April. That's not the case for semiconductors.
Well, you got the SMH still holding above the prior cycle highs, right? I mean,
Yeah.
that's the big one for me.
But like even like look at Sky or XSW, no new highs yet. So that
Did
they
the
would be the last.
IGV back below the prior cycle highs? Does that worry you?
I don't know if it worries me. Like, in a market like this, you want to let them dance and give them a chance to play catch up. It surprises me maybe a little bit that index hasn't got that done yet. Software, come on. Software.
Technology just in general, most of these things peaked last summer. So they've really been consolidating for quite some time. Software peaked in December, so it's really gone nowhere in 8 months. So, is that
Yeah.
a massive top, or is that, really just consolidation before the next leg higher? So let's get to it. We got the Dow this morning down 90 points. That's 45,621. Where's the look at this hat that I found.
Hmm.
Look at this hat I found.
Oh wow.
Remember
Blast
that?
from the past. When did you get that? Do you know? Do you remember?
I got that about 20,000 Dow points ago.
Yeah, we'll get a chart of SMH, Wavy. I see what you're talking about.
All
See
right,
what
we got the
you're all
Nasdaq
about.
up 2/3%. Big moves from Google, 23,004 1/4. S&P's up 1/3%, 64.50. 30-year bond futures are flat this morning at 113.5. Crude oil down 2% at 64 1/4. Copper down 0.75% at 460. Gold up again. New all-time highs for gold, 3,600 for the first time ever. This goes back all the way thousands of years. Gold has never been priced this high, 3,600 now for the first time ever. Silver up again, pushing 42, up another 0.5% on the day with the VIX 17 and change. Over in funny money land, you got Bitcoin 111,400 on the day, 111,650. You got Ethereum up almost a full percent at 43.64. You got the old Solana 210 making moves. Solana 210 with the Solana ETH ratio continuing to act well. Nice call, Mr. Steve Strazza. That brings the total crypto market cap. Mr. Spencer Israel, if you're out there listening on the beach, $3.8 trillion total crypto market cap. What stands out from this morning's futures?
You mentioned Sol ETH. I've been looking at Sol Bitcoin just as much or more. You have a nice little, tactical pattern resolution there that would suggest more outperformance from Solana over Bitcoin in the future. So that's a step in the right direction for that trade. And in terms of the stock market, what stands out? I really thought we were going to dip and rip yesterday. Maybe you get that today instead.
Didn't you get in the afternoon dip and rip?
I was literally thinking red to green.
Let me ask you something, Mr. Strazza.
Yeah.
What the hell? Wasn't the Trumper? Didn't he have like some big pressing announcement yesterday? Was that fake news, or did that actually happen?
I don't even know. My parents were in town. I was barely paying attention. I was away from my desk in the afternoon. Had a lovely day. So
Lovely day.
All I see this morning is Trump accuses Xi of plotting with Putin and Kim. Ooh.
So all of the Dr. Evils of the world are all in cahoots?
Apparently, on his Truth Social, he said, "Please give my warmest regards to Vladimir Putin and Kim Jong-un as you conspire against the United States of America."
Wow. And is there anything wrong with them doing that? Like technically, like obviously they know that they're going to piss off the United States, but like, is there anything like wrong with getting in cahoots with the other Dr. Evils?
And that's what they're saying. Like they're saying, like, yes, we are in cahoots, but it's got nothing to do with you. So the Kremlin came out and said Russia's interaction with China and North Korea is for the benefit of our own countries, not against anyone. Conspiracy between Russia, China, and North Korea. No one is plotting anything. So I don't know.
I think these evil bastards are all in cahoots. I don't trust any of them. But good thing I'm long China. So shout out to the communists.
The bigger news, just to hit on the one piece of actual important news that hit, I guess, yesterday afternoon, and we're seeing the price action here today. Shout out Google.
Yeah, can you throw up slide 2?
Shout out Google for being allowed to continue being a monopoly. So basically what this was about was, should it be legal for Apple to preload Google products and services onto Apple products and then get kickbacks from Google for doing that? And no, that's it. And the U.S., part of the reason why the U.S. is in the position it is, the global economic landscape, is due to our antitrust policy. Because we have a situation in our antitrust, we have a principle that basically says if you can prove that you're making the consumer or the end user better off, you get to keep being a monopoly. And that's how these big techs keep winning these cases. So Apple and Google both popped on this news because they get to keep doing what frankly makes sense.
So the monopoly continues with Google. I mean, so what, Google and Apple both have monopolies and we all know it? What about Amazon? I mean, they all have monopolies, don't they? Isn't that like
they're allowed? Think about how much better Amazon makes your life because they're allowed to be a monopoly.
Yeah.
So everybody's happy. Shareholders are making money, right? The executives.
My father-in-law tells me the other day, he's like, JC, I need a favor. I'm like, what do you need, John? He tells me, he goes, I need you to buy me the baseball card, you know, the sheets, the containers, the little holders for the baseball cards.
Totally.
And I'm like, well, why don't you do it yourself? And he's like, I don't know how to do that. I'm like, all right, well, why doesn't Gina do it? She's ordering stuff all the time. She won't buy them for me. I'm like, I got you, John. I go in there and I go into the app and I buy the 500. I bought 500 of them because I figured 100 for myself and I'll give them 400. Dude, first of all, how much do you think it cost me for 500 of those things?
You're just talking about the plastic slip cases?
But the hard plastic, not the soft. How much?
You're talking about the ones that clamp on and have the little screws?
No screws. The open tops. How much for 500?
It shouldn't be that expensive, man. It's plastic.
Yes, how much?
$20.
$20. That's what it was. $20. Right. I thought that was really cheap.
Yeah.
500 of them for $20. That was pretty good. So anyway, it gets there the next day, and then my wife was going over to her parents' house. I was like, "Hey, take these for your dad." He's like, "Man, these things got here so fast."
It's really good, is the bottom line, and that's how they get away with these things. And it's not even getting away with these things because it's not like bad acting. These aren't bad monopolies. These are good monopolies. These are monopolies that, you know, as an American, you probably want to continue to exist, not just because of the everyday convenience that comes from services like Amazon and Google, but also because of the position that it puts the United States in around the globe, having these powerhouse companies, you know, be on our turf.
Throw up slide 3. Throw up slide 3 there. I want to give Wavy. Throw him a bone. Give him the chart. Give him the chart. Give me my chart. Yeah, my semis chart is way better than whoever put in their chart in there.
So hold on. We see this all the time, like every other week.
What's Wavy's beef? Wavy, what's your beef? Rounding top? Show the rounding top one. Okay, that's the other one. Here's the rounding top. There, rounding top. I like that random anchored VWAP. Who made this chart? What's this random anchored VWAP doing now?
No, I like. Good job, Rick.
You?
I like that.
You made this ugly chart?
No, but that belongs there because that's where you're going if the top breaks.
Okay. All right. I'll allow it.
It's a dynamic target. So
no, fair. I'll allow it.
But the bigger point, right, is that this pattern, odds favor it resolving higher, not lower. First of all, period, this pattern, more often than not, in a vacuum, resolves higher. instead of lower. If you zoom out, it's due to the underlying trend. Second of all, with the intermarket landscape, the way it currently is, this pattern's resolving higher all damn day out here. We haven't seen many of these resolve lower at all this whole cycle. So I don't know. This is
All right.
something that people can get scared about,
Can
but
we talk
probably
about something more important?
Yeah.
I think this is the key, because I got people telling me that there are signs of a top everywhere. Oh my God, everything's gonna fall apart. It's a big scam. Trump's gonna ruin everything. Blah blah blah. The same nonsense that they've been spewing since last year. You know how that goes.
Yeah.
When I get asked what inning are we in,
Yeah.
I look at chart 5 and I ask myself, what inning are we in? They're still singing the fucking national anthem, bro. They haven't even broken out yet. What inning are we in? We haven't even started.
Great charts.
Let them throw out the first pitch before you start asking me what inning we're in, yet alone signs of a top everywhere. Signs of a fucking top. These look like bottoms to me. You got the trannies and the smalls. They haven't even broken out yet. Are you making the bet that this bull market's going to end before trannies and small caps even break out? The season's going to be over before the first game starts? I don't know, man.
I think this is such great context. It is an important reminder that this thing's barely gotten started for most stocks. When I look at an index like the Russell 2000 small cap, to me, that's what most stocks are doing.
Does this look like a top? Everybody, tops everywhere. I'm seeing tops everywhere is what I'm told. Does this look like a top to you, or these look like bottoms, Strazza?
It's been a pretty incredible bull market, and it's a base. It's consolidation. Like, it's a go pattern. And to think that, a bull market like the one that we're in is going to end without small caps ever really joining in, I think that's a real tough bet to make. That's what I keep thinking back to when I think
can't name one person who says we're topping. Well, we're now 4 consecutive weeks of individual investors where more individual investors are bearish than bullish. So you can't name one. How about individual investors? How about Jack? How about the fact that the short position in the Russell 2000 by the speculators is the highest ever?
JC,
you want me to keep going?
Hold on.
Hold on. Here's the question. Tonight, while we're sleeping, we're getting new data from the American Association of Individual Investors, and we're going to find out if we're at a 5th consecutive week of more bears than bulls. You think they're going to do it, or you think they turn bullish?
They're going to turn bullish eventually. That's going to have to flip.
But do you think they're still bearish?
First of all, I'm not the one to ask because this data shocks me. But
I can't wait to see tomorrow morning if these angry bastards are still bearish. Dude, it would be so fun.
Start turning.
Could you imagine how fun it would be if these angry bastards are still so bearish? What do you think they're so scared about?
Wavy makes a good point about the divergence.
Why is Wavy making so many good points? Wavy's always making good points.
But let's talk about this.
Because have you ever met Wavy?
No.
You love this guy. Is he even a guy?
I like Wavy.
Is it a female or a male?
I like so many of our members. I don't know. They're people I know.
Guys is a big Wavy fan.
Yeah, I'm a Wavy fan. Talk about the RSI divergence or potential bearish RSI divergence on the SMH chart.
You want to talk about the RSI divergence?
Yeah, a lot of times you just want to give RSI, you want to give momentum a chance to catch back up to price, or vice versa.
Potential divergence, first of all. And a potential bearish divergence is really just a characteristic of uptrends. When you go back and you study uptrends going back throughout history, you're going to find potential bearish divergences along the way quite regularly.
They're mostly, more often than not, they're just like momentum resets in the context of these little consolidations. So
a good way to put it, actually. Momentum resets. I like what you said there. Momentum resets. I like that.
And I don't mind when the RSI comes in a little bit because that tells me we got room to go, right? We have room for momentum to surge higher. If RSI is, at 70, 75, it's not that I don't like the chart as much, but I am probably thinking the immediate upside is less than something that has RSI at 55 today, but was at 70 last week. I would prefer something like this. I need some room for these charts to grow.
Christo says, I still know more angry people that stocks are up than bullish folks. Liberals still really angry. I was thinking about that this morning. Thank God for angry liberals. Remember how angry they were this spring? 90% of them thought that the stock market was going to fall over the next 6 months. 90%. crazy. So if it wasn't for angry liberals, we wouldn't be making as much money as we are. So big
No, we
shout
wouldn't.
out. And by the way, I'm not picking on angry liberals. In fact, Strazza and I both agree that if they were angry Republicans, that would actually be even better, right? Didn't we agree on that?
Yeah, a lot
Like
of
the angry liberals is great, obviously, we're thrilled. But if it was upside down and it was Weekend at Bernie's and it was the Republicans that were angry about the whole thing, that might actually be even more bullish than the angry liberals. Would you agree?
there seems to be yes, there seems to be
And why?
this.
And why is that? Why do you think that?
I don't know. I don't know.
A bigger population, maybe, of market participants with Republicans,
I'll tell you what I find interesting.
right? Because the liberals isn't it like, don't you have like the super rich and the super poor, and then the Republicans are more like in the middle? So you have more of that middle class.
Republicans are also just more in the middle of the country.
That's true, I guess, but I don't know what that has anything to do with the positioning.
More in the middle of a lot of things. No, but look, I'll tell you the trend about angry liberals that I find really interesting right now. We've been seeing it for years. Some of our friends out on the West Coast, a lot of these Silicon Valley guys, big shift. They're all becoming conservatives. They're all Republicans now. It's crazy to think that these guys who amassed such a incredible amounts of wealth no longer care to be social justice warriors. They care more about just keeping their fucking money. Never saw it coming. Never could have guessed that would happen. But you listen to All In podcast anymore? Ever hear that? Wow, what a turn from some of these guys. But
Which podcast?
I guess it makes sense.
Which podcast?
Those All In guys.
The ones that interviewed Trump, like during the before the election.
Mm-hmm.
They're all Republicans now.
They've all changed their minds.
Were they
Sachs
Republicans
was always
before
there.
that they interviewed Trump, or did that come afterwards?
Sachs was always there, and I think they all saw what happened to Sachs, and they want in.
Right. All right. Speaking of trannies, can we? I want to go over a couple of real quick. So, and then we'll bring on a one Kenny Glick. So I was looking through all the trannies yesterday, because I like to do that sort of thing, right? And I was like, man, these transports. Throw up the new slide 7. So this is just transports. This to me, I'm old school. No, not that one. Throw up the transportation, the new 7. So this to me, I'm old school. I look at the Dow Jones Industrial Average more than most, and not just in this environment, in all of them. And transports are right there with it. So part of the fact that I'm being told that there are tops everywhere, and I'm seeing a bottom in what I consider one of the most important indexes on the planet. What was the first year that this index was published, and how many stocks were in it, Strazza?
1928.
Are you serious, Strazza?
20 stocks.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
1884, bro.
That far back?
Yeah.
I thought Charlie Dow invented it.
He did.
He was that old, huh?
No, he died in the early 1900s. They didn't name it the Dow Jones Transportation Average until after he died. It was just a railroad average because they didn't have airplanes back then in the late 1800s, Strazza. They didn't have trucks yet either, right?
So what? So it was just railroads.
It was 11 companies. I think 9 or 10 of them were railroads, and then there was one that was like some kind of like communication device. So like the logistics of the day, if you will.
Yeah.
It wasn't a railroad. It was something else.
But
yeah, basically.
This is great market history because when you go back and you study the books, the greats that
here we go.
before us.
It was there was 9 railroads, 1 steamship company, and a telegraph company. There it is. One steamship company. The Pacific Mail Steamship Company. It was a non-rail, and then you had Western Union. Western Union was part of the railroad index. Okay, so anyway, this goes back to 18...
Union. Shout out Western Union, still around. Got a massive insider buy in Western Union the other day. I'm still thinking about it.
Shout out to the Western Union. All right, just want to I want to show you a couple of stocks here. Look at C.H. Robinson making new all-time highs. Look at that.
Oh, we almost wrote about this one yesterday.
Look at C.H. Robinson, and then look at Ryder.
Yeah, I like the Ryder.
This is my ride or die right here.
Yeah.
Throw up the Ryder. Look at that. New all-time highs for the Ryder.
Hey, this one's been a big leader, Ryder. this cycle.
And
Looks
I mean,
better.
it really has. It was the first of the trannies to break out.
Yeah.
Even before C.H. Robinson. And then you look at these big bases like Expeditors, FedEx, Kirby, big, huge bases. You look at the worst ones like Landstar and UPS. They're down at key support. You know, when you look at the rails look good, man. CSX, Norfolk Southern, UNP. These things are looking pretty good. So, I mean, when I do a sum of the parts analysis and I see the trannies hadn't make any moves yet, and I got people telling me that there's tops everywhere. I'm just not seeing it. I think they're making things up in their head, to be quite honest. I think some of these people want there to be tops because they don't like all the money everybody's making.
Well,
I think they want it to be tops, but I don't
people love tops. If in fact everyone else didn't love tops so much, JC and I wouldn't talk about them as much as we do. We just have to address them.
For the record, I love tops too.
Okay. All right. He loves tops.
I love tops. Are you kidding me? The bigger the top, the bigger the drop is how I learned it. Fuck the shareholders. I don't care about other people. I'm only interested in it for myself. If I could sell it at a higher price than where I buy it down low, let's go.
Is it fair to say that when you look at most tops or when you identify most tops that you see out in the wild, you're erring in the direction of them failing?
I mean, in healthy uptrends and bull markets, of course. In bear markets, no. In bear markets, I assume they're going to fall like the rest of them.
Well, talk to me about what matters today, my friend. We're fading these tops.
All these people looking at all these tops that they keep seeing, I think they might be looking at their charts upside down.
Marjorie,
you can do that. You can press a button and it flips the chart upside down. You think all these people that are seeing all these tops everywhere, you think that's what they're doing?
Invert it.
I think they may have accidentally inverted their charts. In which case, shit happens, right? Stop fat. What is it? Fat fingering the inverse button?
Fat fingering that, yeah. So get this. ODFL is the best. Miss Unique. ODFL is just an incredible stock.
ODFL is a hot mess, is what it is. Come on.
Marjorie Taylor Greene copped some FedEx recently. I think we might just remove her altogether from.
I like how she makes exercise videos. She shows herself like working out in her backyard.
We might just totally take her out of our whole universe because I don't care what this woman does.
She's a little milfy. No, like for a congresswoman, she's a little milfy.
She's a crazy person, JC.
Oh, I'm not. I've never met her. I mean, she's in the Congress, so I'm assuming she's crazy.
Who's that other lunatic that was given the
not milfy?
Who's the other Republican crazy woman who was given the HJ in the theater?
What's the one that takes pictures of herself in bikinis holding the guns? Which one's that one? I like that one. She's got the glasses. Who kind of looks like Sarah Palin?
Who's the one who got drunk at the play and made a scene, and was groping?
Oh, I don't think she was in Congress. I think she was part of like the CIA or something, or she was like the Attorney General or something like that. I don't think she was in Congress.
Hey, what do you think? Whatever happened to the Coldplay couple? I know we mentioned it the other day. Like, did they get jobs?
Well, she's not head of HR anymore. That's for damn sure. And I don't know.
They're gonna go work for crypto companies now.
Lauren Bobart. I like that one.
Well, her name's Bobart?
Lauren Bobart. Yeah, right. She takes pictures of herself like in bikinis, and then she's got like big machine guns. Like I'm into that. Like that's cool. Like I don't need the machine guns, but like congresswomen, like that's cool.
Have some Bobart tea. Batnick bought Western Union. He would love it.
He would. He would.
Little spice.
All right, let's go. Bring in Kenny Glick. We got Brian Lund in the house as well. Let's see what Kenny's up to today.
Mm-hmm. It's been a long time coming. They ain't come from my cloth, they tuck it. Putting up numbers, 99 pounds, and I still kept it 100. Hola. Yeah.
Kenny Glick in the house.
Charts ready. What's up?
Are you bringing your weapon in case anybody's thinking about shorting this market?
Yes, I am. So we were just having this conversation. If the market goes down, but it goes right back up, did it go down in the first place? I guess the answer is yes. And if you understand price action, it's the greatest market ever. So, I mean, yesterday, I didn't want to buy the open. I wanted to see if they bled this thing down to support, and they did. And it held, and then it broke VWAP. And if you guys are with us in the room, especially my noobs, what's up, noobs? First day in the room, everyone was getting paid. It was fantastic. Market never goes down. Their first faux show, bro, JC.
Nice. You had a lot of noobs in the room these days?
Yeah, we got some new faces. You know, it was nice to see. And by the way, if you guys want to meet me Thursday, I gotta get a couple guys together. Everywhere I'm talking, people are talking uranium and nuclear stocks. So I'm gonna get a guy on that's kind of like that's his specialty. And I want to learn about some names, and I'm interested because there's nothing I know about. And a lot of these charts on those nuclear stocks and uranium stocks look really, really awesome. So if you guys don't know, Thursday nights we get together, we have a couple of cocktails, and we just get to know each other. We crunch charts.
Is it just cocktails, Kenny?
Yeah, some you know,
funny smelling cocktails? Is that
fire dancers show up? There's some grain alcohol, you know.
Little music.
Midget Kiss showed up once. It was pretty awesome. But yeah, I definitely want to look at some more of these nuclear stocks. But yeah, the market yesterday, I mean, it was incredible because, you know, the long trade at the beginning of the day was awesome, but I didn't really partake in that one. I partook in the rollover, and then when I milked it, and we covered at lows and then went long on the second faux show bro of the day and held right into the close. And that was a nice 300% option trade. You know what my favorite trade of the day was the Pepsi. You know, just gapping up, breaking VWAP, pulling back the prior day VWAP. That was
you and Strazza love Pepsi, man. Damn.
Loved it. I hope he loved it short yesterday. So that was one of the better trades of the day. And this open, man, it just does not want to go away. So, you know, you got a little faux show bro action 2 times in one day. I'm loving this stock, man. The action in this name is the day trader's dream. And I don't know where it all pans out. I still think it'll wind up going to zero, but man, while it's in play, this is one of the best stocks to trade.
Yeah, let it go to zero. The people left holding the bag, they're not your problem, right? Who cares about those people, right?
Right. Yeah, I'm not concerned.
Yeah,
I don't really.
In fact, some of the best longs ever are stocks that eventually go to zero.
Yes, I know.
Robert Dunning in here saying, I just joined Kenny's room. It's wild. Yeah, that's one way to put it. It can be pretty wild, right? I mean, how many people show up with those nunchucks with the steel, right? I mean, come on.
Listen, I wear them to remind myself, don't forget rule number 1. Shorting is short-lived and you're going to die.
Shorting is short-lived and you're going to die.
Right. And when I say VWAP has saved my life, the first trade that I found was stocks don't want to stay down below the VWAP. And when they break back above it and hold, you got an uptrend. You better cover your short. And that's kind of why I love volatility. I love being bearish. And I love days like yesterday where we can get some selling, knowing that eventually we're going to go back up because that's what this market does. And it's unstoppable. And, you know, again, as much as I want to be a bear, space rockets, robots, AI, quantum, and chips, man, we're in a new industrial revolution.
Say that again?
What? Space rockets, robots, quantum, AI, and chips.
Man, it's like that Mos Def song where he just like, you know, he just goes on.
Hello, Brooklyn. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, it's hard to be bearish when we're about to go into a new industrial revolution. I mean,
whoa, excuse me. Kenny, I know we're running a little late. I know you got to go, but give us one more name on the move this morning.
I got to look at Macy's as a short. I mean, the stock's up, what is it up? About 15%. So if it gets close to that 16, I'm going to look for some sellers and Dollar Tree, you know, gapping down monstrous range so far on the earnings report. So if this thing comes back to 100, I'm going to probably look to buy it. So I got Dollar Tree, I got Macy's on the mind, and of course the QQQ. So good luck today, my friends. I'll see you in the room. Don't forget about tomorrow night. Tomorrow night's going to be a good one.
Love it. Kenny Glick in the house, ladies and gentlemen. Hitthebid.com. Trade with Kenny all day. A lot of noobs putting on their first faux show bro trade yesterday. Love to see it. Love to see it. Well done, Kenny.
Peace, brother.
Adios. And that was Kenny Glick, ladies and gentlemen. So Kenny does the schmooze. He does the schmooze on Thursdays where, you know, it's kind of an informal, you know, I guess it's kind of like a Twitter Spaces, except there's charts and there's you know, more boozing. You know, it's a little late night. You know, it's just a schmooze fest. You know, I'm into it. I know we got Brian Lund in the green room. What do you say we bring him out? Bring him out. Yo, Jay, we've been friends for a long time. Make the call.
I mean, this is pretty professional, guys.
Nice show you got going here.
Mr. BC Lund, hello, sir.
Mr. JC Parets, how are you?
We're getting Vietnamese next week.
It's up to you, man. You make the call. I'm here. I'm ready. So
Yeah, I want Vietnamese on Monday.
Okay.
Can we do that?
Yeah. So it's funny. My wife and I were just at this one of our favorite kind of like, even it's a little bit under the radar for the Vietnamese community place on Saturday, and I said this would be a great place to bring people. So I think I'll take you there.
Nice. I just want like marinated pork.
Okay, it's not a marinated pork place, but I can find you. That's not
You
really.
know what I'm saying? I want marinated pork.
Yeah, all right. That's not that Vietnamese, but
Just
okay.
remember, I'm Cuban.
Yeah, I've heard. Yeah.
So, I get the marinated pork and I get the rice. I like that whole thing with some vegetables. You know what I'm saying? Can you take me to one of those places?
That is so tourist. You don't want. You can get that anywhere. You can get that in NYC. You can get that in Pennsylvania, dude. Come on. I'm going to give you this. Look, if you're up for it, there's this place we go. It's got this noodle dish that is a combination of pork, crab, and beef in this broth. It's just so sick. But yeah, we'll figure something out.
All right. I trust you. Listen, I don't know anything. What do I know about Vietnam? I've never even been to Vietnam.
Right.
Have you? You go often?
No, in fact, it's funny. My wife has no interest in going. She was.
Are you too tall to be allowed into Vietnam?
Yeah, they won't let me.
They won't let you.
6'1", that's it. That's the cutoff. Because I'll just be hitting my head on everything. Yeah. Now she doesn't like humidity, and she doesn't like flies in unsanitary situations. So she doesn't want.
Vietnam does not sound like a good place for her.
Yeah. Totally.
Yeah.
By the way, you guys were talking about Amazon earlier and how crazy fast things come to you. So in the great city of Huntington Beach out here, we just had a massive, it's a huge Amazon distribution center built like maybe 2 years ago. I will literally order something at like 11 in the morning.
It's amazing.
It's there like in 3 hours.
It's ridiculous.
I don't even ask for same day. They just shows up,
Now on the
You're gonna
Walmart,
get the same day whether you like it or not.
Right?
So I check things now, like I did batteries the other day, and I'll check Walmart and I'll check Amazon. Walmart sometimes is like, yeah, we'll deliver these to you in like 2 hours.
Yeah, they're getting pretty, and we have a Walmart right up. It's funny because for years there were no Walmarts out here in California, and people would talk about Walmarts, and I have no idea what that is, and of course now they're everywhere. So
I was that way too.
Really, yeah,
Yeah.
They didn't have them in Florida?
Love it now. I think it's great. Brian, I won't see you in 2 weeks. I'm very disappointed. Or whenever.
What's 2 weeks?
I'm not going to Future Proof.
He's coming. No.
Well, first of all,
next
Future
week.
Proof
2
is
weeks is Toronto.
Yeah. Future Proof's 6 days from now. So, but that sucks, dude.
I'm not going to see you in 6 days from now.
Oh.
You're going to see him in 2 weeks.
I won't see you in 2 weeks because I'm actually not going to Toronto.
Oh no, you're not coming. Why not?
I had to change a plan. So.
Oh, it's a bummer.
Sorry.
Who you? Well, I'm bummed.
Dude, you're gonna miss a good one, dude. It's gonna be awesome.
Brian,
Yeah,
I'm gonna ask you.
I wanted to go, but I thought I'd see Steve out here. So, I thought I'd get my Steve. I saw Sean just a couple weeks ago out in Denver. We did a little.
Dude, Sean is with everybody. Every time I talk to somebody, they're like, "Oh, I was just with Sean yesterday. Oh, I was just with Sean last week."
I told him. I said, "You're really getting around lately, sir."
Well,
I talked to Tommy this weekend. He's like, "Yeah, I was talking to Brian Lund. He says, we're having a birthday party."
Yeah, I got out to Denver. So Brian Shannon offered to teach me to fly fish. So I went out there to fly fish, made it a family vacation, and as part of that, Sean was having a traders meetup that I kind of co-opted. We did a little Lund Loop, All-Star Charts, Market TV, whatever you guys are now. And so we had this nice traders meetup, about 30 people there. It was great. So Colorado's a beautiful state. Beautiful state.
It's my third favorite state in the union.
Behind?
California.
Of course. Thank you.
And the only reason California is ahead of Colorado is because California's got the water. Colorado doesn't. Right? So ocean over mountains. California's got mountains, not Colorado mountains, but they got. Tahoe is pretty sick, dude. Hawaii's got to be number one. That's just if for Hawaii to not be number one, like you're just not. You're not paying attention. Right?
Yeah, the only reason Hawaii is not number one for me is I'm just not a humidity guy. So, but I do love Hawaii. Thing about Colorado is, and I went to Canada last year, and I've been to Switzerland, and you go to Colorado, they've got permafrost at the top of their mountains in the middle of summer too. Now it's not like a glacier size, but
Ryan goes skiing on 4th of July weekend, dude.
Is that just the pretty white, like the white caps?
yeah,
Oh,
so
that-
no, there's ice, up at the top. Like I'm in love with Breckenridge. We went to Breckenridge and we went to
Yeah.
Vail, and Vail is like Walt Disney built a city in the mountains, but Breckenridge is like a real mountain town that you can walk. It's
Yeah.
it's 12,000 feet up, so you got it.
But it's a super cute town. Like it's got character. Like that's a nice town to walk around.
Totally cool, and just
Yeah.
the right enough population, so there's good. Like we went to this James Beard restaurant called Radicchio out there that was just sick. There's bookstores, there's craft beer places, but it's not big enough to be like a big city. It's still a mountain feel. So anyway.
No, Brian Lund is absolutely right. It's a great little town, fantastic little dives everywhere, great town. Vail is not that. Vail is like Disney. It's like all fake. But
Yep.
but with that being said, the skiing in Vail is on a whole nother level than Breck, and the food in Vail is on a whole nother level than Breck. Different, right? You're getting burgers and wings in Breck. You're getting like sushi and high-end steaks in Vail. It's just different.
Yeah, but I'm telling you, man, if you're in Breckenridge, look this place up, Radicchio. It was so good. I mean, it's probably one of the top 3. My wife is super picky about food. She went to culinary school. She's Vietnamese, and she said this is like top 3, and I had to agree with her. It was just fantastic.
All right. All
Yeah.
right. I'm dying to go
Place.
back to Breck. I love Breckenridge. Great town. We had an event there in 2019. Everybody flew in there, and they were dropping like flies. All these East Coasters, all these Flatlanders. Dude, they were struggling, man.
We went, my favorite thing to do is to go to ski resorts when there's no snow. Like I like to take the lifts up to the top of the mountain, and up there it's like 13,000 feet. And I'm telling you, man, I'm probably the best shape of my life now. And I was a little bit like, what's going on here?
Yeah. It's about 1,000. It's about 1,000 feet per day. So if you're going up 10,000 feet, it's going to take you 10 days.
Oh, that's interesting. Okay. Yeah.
That's kind of the rule of thumb.
When I used to fight UFC and at height, I had to do that. So
Smash talking about Telluride, great town. If you like Breckenridge, you're gonna freaking love Telluride, dude.
And that's where is that where Julian is?
Yes, and
Yep.
Jeff DeGraff and
Right.
all kinds. Dude, I went on a business trip out there with my firm, 15 years ago or something like that or longer. And we went my company decided to go to Telluride the week of it was gay ski week.
Sure.
It was gay ski week. So
Yep.
we're there for gay ski week at Telluride. And we went with, big firm, a lot of New Yorkers. We went with 2 black guys from Queens that I was rooming with. So it's a very white, just all white guys everywhere.
I get it. Yeah.
So I'm rolling around with the only 2 black guys in the entire town on gay ski week. And let's just say the jokes back at the office for years to come never stopped.
And were you the only straight Cuban on the slopes?
Whatever. I don't judge. It's just like, it's just kind of the circumstance. It was kind of like a Larry David episode.
Yeah, of course.
In real life.
Dude, nobody judges. I'm from California. We don't care. We're like, whatever. Just
I don't care who you're
live your
sleeping
life,
with. I
man.
don't care what color you are.
Yeah,
It doesn't
right?
matter.
Don't hurt anyone else. Have a good time. That's all we
That's right.
care.
That's right. I don't need to know. Do what you got to do behind closed doors. The less I know, the better.
Yeah. Like if you put ketchup on your spaghetti, I don't want to know about it. It's fine.
Right. Exactly. All right, Mr. BC Lund, these pot stocks are moving, aren't they?
Well, they were. Had a little bit of a pullback yesterday in some of the names, but yeah, I think MSOS is up 300%, some ridiculous amount. I feel we've been joking about pot for years, and but it does feel like it
Easy to joke about. They make it easy on us.
Super easy, but it does feel like this is somewhat of a seat change. Although I think at some point there has to be some substantive, like something has to change. It can't all just be speculation. They either have to reclassify, they have to, safe banking, I think is never going to happen because Congress can't seem to do anything. So I think it's going to be like the rescheduling, right? That's going to be the big thing, but we haven't seen it yet. So.
We got 4 straight weeks of more bears than bulls among individual investors. We got the VIX spiking. Did it hit 20? Did the VIX hit 20?
I don't know if it did.
Didn't it?
Yeah, but intraday, I was telling people in my Discord yesterday, I said, traditionally, over the last few months, when we've seen these spikes in the VIX, it's been a good time to buy. And it was at least intraday yesterday. Now we seem to be getting some follow through, but Look, I can't find any technical problems with the market. I mean, I'm not a big
Yeah.
fan of days like yesterday that just kind of gap out of nowhere. But every time we do, we seem to find buyers, and that will stop at some point. But it almost gets a little too laissez-faire. Like I think Kenny was just saying before, it's like, what's not going up, and that usually doesn't end well, but it can go on for a long, long time, and that's just kind of where we're at right now.
Yeah, you've got the most stocks on the New York Stock Exchange above their 200-day moving average this entire year. Sector rotation, continues to develop. We're not necessarily seeing any spikes in new lows. We're not seeing tops completing. Any potential tops tend to rip and reverse higher. You got major indexes like the Russell 2000 and the Dow Transports. They haven't even broken out yet. These don't look like tops. They look like bottoms, right? So, I mean, we're talking about early innings as far as I'm concerned. I know that you trade mostly growth and tech and things like that. What are you seeing in that particular universe?
Well, look, I think Kenny mentioned before that some of the space stocks and some of the nuclear stocks and things like that are hot. That's where we've been focusing. ASTS is one that I've been watching. Oklo or Oklo, I never know how to pronounce it. That's
Good
another
either way.
one.
I don't either.
Yeah, Rocket Labs. I mean, it's this is the other thing, right? Everybody's mentioning the same names, right? That's the thing is like, so I'm trying to find things that like I'm already playing all those, but I'm trying to find things that maybe are changing major character. And like one of them I'm looking at is Unity, Unity Software, which is I'm always looking for those stocks that are going into a stage 2, and that's one that's not there yet, but it looks like it's done with its stage 1 or almost. So that's interesting. But yeah,
Can you
everyone's
explain to the folks who are not familiar with a Mr. Weinstein what a stage 1 is?
Yeah, so well, it's Stan Weinstein and then built upon by our friend Brian Shannon. It's the 4 stages of stock's life, and it's what's accumulation. What's stage 2? I can never remember what it is.
I never read the Weinstein book. I actually have it here somewhere.
Yeah, so stage 1 is basically
I got the Weinstein book back there.
stage 1 is when like the institutions are quietly accumulating a stock. Nobody's really paying attention to it. It's going sideways in a
The
base for a
markup
long
phase.
right? Then stage 2 is when it starts to break out of that base. Those things can run 6 to 24 months hard. Then you get distribution where you're going at tops, you can't get higher. People are selling, and then you finally get decline, which you see like in 2022 in a lot of stocks. And then it repeats. It usually repeats. And so I'm trying to find those things that are ending stage 1, where the institutions are already in, and the retail public is going to start paying attention. And I think Unity is getting there. It's not quite there yet.
You put anything on this week now that summer's over? Are you giving it some time? How are you participating in this environment?
Yeah, so I've got a number of names. I've got like we talked before, Oklo. I do have ASTS. I have Apple, which I actually sold about a third of it on that pop pre-market on the Google News. That's another thing. So think about the market and what it's done for the last year or so without Apple's participation. Now we're starting to see Apple participate, which can't be a bad thing, right? We even have other names like Amazon that haven't really participated, right? So there's still some of these drivers for tech and big names that are starting to wake up, which you would think would just continue to move the market higher.
Can you guys throw up slide 2? This is the one that, this is, you're in this world. You're talking about Amazon. This is the equally weighted consumer discretionary index fund, right? So Amazon is a big weighting. Throw up slide 2, guys. This is a big, Amazon, the biggest weighting of the market cap weighted consumer discretionary index, like 25% or something like that. So this eliminates the Amazon effect, and Tesla's like another 18% too. So this takes all of those out of the equation. They're just as relevant as Denny's or whatever. So this really gives us a broad look at the consumer, which I'm being told is broke and can't afford anything, and we're heading into an imminent recession. But I am seeing the equally weighted consumer discretionary index making all-time highs, Brian. All-time highs.
Yeah, and then I mean, just think about Amazon. So this eliminates Amazon, but you have Amazon itself, which looks pretty good. And I think Amazon is just being held back a little bit by the trade war things, like where are we going to be in terms of, shipping costs and tariffs like that. But once we get some clarity on that, which hopefully will be soon, you could see Amazon break out to new highs, and that would be great. Which, I know it's not part of this index, but it can't help but
I
float
mean, it
all
is part
boats.
of the index. It's just weighted equal as the same as
Right.
the others.
Right. And the other thing is, and I know this is anecdotal, and I know I kind of live out in La La Land here in Orange County, but I go out on the weekends, I go to restaurants, I go to the mall, and nobody seems to be pulling back anything. When you come
Is
out here,
Orange
Jason,
County La Land? It seems to me like Orange County has their shit together more than the county up north of you guys. No?
yeah, you would
Seems
say
like they're
so.
a little la.
But I can't tell you how many large scale, and I don't mean like, just a new strip mall. There are massive projects going out here in South County that are like generational projects where they are like putting thousands of units of townhouses and shopping and redeveloping. We have a lot of military and oil fields that have just, as long as I can remember, have been empty. And these companies are selling the land, they're clearing it out, and they're putting massive developments in. These are the things you do because you're betting on a place for 10, 20, 30, 40 years, not just, the next few years. So I think there's a undercurrent of development, entrepreneurship, and if you can do it here in California, where we have the most restrictive building codes and intrusive government, I can't imagine it's not easier in other parts of the country as well.
Brian Lund, are you putting money to work here? Are you stepping on the gas, or are you pulling back and feeding the ducks and being a little more conservative here in the fall?
Well, so you always talk about how we know when a drop is done or a pullback is done, and you can take that on like a macro level, like when is
I
the
know when
bear?
the pullback is done.
What's that?
Do I always know when the pullback is done? I kind of wish I did.
Well, okay, so we've talked about this before, and you can take on the macro level, like when the bear market's done or when just a short-term pullback's done. First thing that happens, what's the first thing that happens, JC, to end a bear market? It has to happen before.
Stocks have to stop going down first.
That's right. Right. So yesterday, you could say, I mean, technically they went down, but they went down and then pushed back up, right? So if we get a little fall through today, I think maybe the pullback's over. I like to do the move after the move. So we saw the drop yesterday. We move up today, firm up for maybe a day. And then if we go like this, I'll push, the gas a little bit more on some of my existing positions. And if not, if we start to roll back over and get near that low yesterday, then I'll start trimming. So I don't really, I'm agnostic. I just let the market tell me. I let price tell me. I let price move things on and off my watch list. I go like this, and because price is always smarter than me for sure.
Yeah, it's really the collective wisdom of market participants. There's like great anecdotes that I've read about. There was like some competition back in the early 1900s where people had to guess like how many marbles were in some container,
Right.
and hundreds of people guessed. Not a single one got it right. But when you take I think it was either the average or the
Aggregate,
median,
yeah,
they were off by one.
right.
Like the collective wisdom of the crowd, like absolutely nailed it. Right. And, I think that's a good lesson for the market overall. No one person is going to nail it, but collectively, it's pretty freaking accurate. You see that in the sports betting lines too.
Yeah.
Like when you see like, man, the line was 2.5, they won by 3. Damn. Like, how are they so good?
Well, look at the betting markets. Look how much we're starting to turn to those two to get predictions on what's going to happen. Everything from presidential elections to who's going to win the Oscars. Right? There's something about that, and I think the difference between the person just puts their money in and gets the benefit of rising tide and a trader is you can find those little distortions, right? Because the market, is not always correct at all time. It will eventually be correct, but you have these distortions in price, and if you have a good methodology, if you follow your technicals, if you know your time frames, if you know your risk, you can take advantage of those distortions. And maybe yesterday was one of those, right? Maybe when we were down yesterday morning, you saw the VIX spike. That's, if you're a trader, you go, okay, this might be a good time to put some money to work. You watch the patterns, you watch the lows, you watch the moving averages, all these puzzle pieces. That's where the trader differentiates himself from the person that just, thinks that they're a good investor or a good trader because everything's moving up.
Man, I can't believe the VIX is still pushing 20, man. Hit 1940 yesterday was the high. 1938 was the high. Man, that is aggressive. These people are scared.
How much do you value the VIX? Because I get arguments all the time now that the VIX, it's broken. There's different versions of it. What's your take on the VIX and its place in managing risk and
I mean,
the
the
market?
VIX is the same as it's always been. It's really helpful.
Yep.
You take whatever the VIX is, you divide by 16, and that's what the market is pricing in for the daily volatility for the S&P 500. So if the VIX is at 32, market's pricing in 2% moves, right? If the VIX is at 24, the market's pricing in 1.5%. VIX hitting 20 yesterday almost. You're looking for over a 1% move per day, right? And it's accurate. So when people are like, oh, the VIX doesn't work, I'm like, are we looking at the same VIX? Because the math still checks out perfectly. And, of course, the VIX is a representation of insurance premiums, right? And, I was 10 years old when Hurricane Andrew hit Miami, and I was aware enough to see the disaster. And I remember thinking, why are these adults that should know better buying hurricane insurance now, after the biggest storm that we may have ever seen? Why didn't they get hurricane insurance before the storm? I don't understand. And, now as an adult, I look back and I'm like, haha, funny, haha. But like, even as a kid, I was aware enough to be like, why are these idiots buying hurricane insurance now? These dummies were supposed to buy it before the hurricane came. So the VIX is the same thing. The idiots buy the insurance after the fact. And that's when the storm's already passed by then,
Yeah, we see it out here after an earthquake. People buy earthquake insurance. And then the big one you see in the market is after a big drop in the market, especially when you have a bull market, you get all these ads for annuities that guarantee your principal, right? But they lock your upside. And that's because everyone knows that the market will eventually recover, but the people that were freaked out because they just lost 20%, they want to go to safety. So they buy an annuity that's going to cap them at 5%, and then they'll miss the whole upside. But they think that they're getting some sort of value because they won't lose their principal. So we see this contrarian action, this emotional reaction to events like that all the time.
Love to see it. So to answer your question, I don't really see anything wrong with the VIX.
Got
Seems
it.
perfectly fine to me. Just understand what it is, right? People try to make it something that it's not. Understand what it is, right?
Yeah, it's a piece of the puzzle. It's like with seasonality. Like, yeah, I pay attention to it, but I don't like focus 100% on seasonality. It's another maybe confirmation to something else that I'm watching. So yeah, I get it. I've been around.
Mr. Brian Lund, market's opening. Give us a final trade. What do you like?
Keep an eye on ASTS. I think that thing is ready to go.
ASTS. All right. I like it. AST Space Mobile. Final trade from Mr. Brian Lund. Thank you, sir. I will see you next weekend. We'll go to any Vietnamese restaurant you want. I'm just breaking balls. We'll go to any. I trust you way more than me. Cubans don't know anything about Vietnam. Half the Cubans can't even tell you where Vietnam is. Somewhere out in Asia, So thank you, Mr. Brian Lund. I trust you with my life. We'll go wherever you want. I'm buying.
All right, buddy. I'll see you then.
Adios. Oh, I love California. What a great state. And listen, obviously, California has its problems. They're very well documented at this point. Very well documented. But man, what a great place. What a great place. Living in Sonoma for all those years. We'd go down to Orange County all the time. Laguna is sick, dude. Sick.
I'm not going to Future Proof, so I get a lot of inquiries. I get a lot of questions about that. People expect to see me at Future Proof, so just everybody know I won't be there. I won't be there, so
You want to take my place?
No, some people might not want to go anymore. So gotta throw that out there.
Hating over here, Mr. Steve Strazza. Well, I am very much looking forward to being there. But if you really want to go so bad, you can take my place.
No, I don't. I don't at all. Right. Okay, so we'll wrap this up. Mary's going to come on. We're going to talk about some stocks and then fast market. Things are moving out here. So,
all right, guys, I'll let you have this conversation with Mary. I'm going to hop. I got to give a presentation. So, guys, thank you so much. Strazza, try not to get us canceled. I know Mary's here. So, you guys will be fine.
Go get him, Tiger. All right, bring Mary on. Let's talk about some hot stocks. Hi, Mary.
Hey, good morning. How are you? It's been a minute.
Good. How you doing?
Doing
Are
well,
you sad
thanks.
that summer is ending?
I am. Yeah, actually, it's pretty cool here this morning. It's fall weather. It's football weather. I can't be sad about
Ooh.
football, and I can't
There's
be
always
sad
that.
that my
Yeah.
kids are back at school.
There you go.
Summer's hard. Summer's hard for trading because being a working mom with kids at home, there was not a lot of trading.
Pros and cons to everything in life.
Yeah, exactly.
All right.
So
What are you looking at these days? Brian was just on
these,
here talking about some hot space exploration stocks.
yeah, so it got super long in April on that dip on the this big dip, and you just got super long on all of my favorite things, like the semis and the arky stuff, the junky stuff, the stuff that I thought would have the best chance of rebounding and have the best beta.
Yeah.
And so it's more or less over the summer just been managing those positions, feeding the ducks at some times or at some key levels, and
Gotta feed them.
yeah, and now moving into the fall, of course, I've been a little more inactive for the last couple of weeks, just because my attention's been elsewhere. But fall, September, for whatever reason, always chops me up. It's just the nature of the beast. And so because I've got that history and just kind of that mental bias,
You're afraid of the fall.
I'm a little bit leery of September. So I'm still very much in, but like I said, I've been feeding the ducks and I've been looking elsewhere
Okay, where?
because semis have been working so well, because ARC was working so well, because the biotech trades that I did have been working so well. I've been going back to commodities, and it's been a great place to be. When JPOW came out and had that dovish tone, I started buying silver and gold. So I brought along
Silver, highest level
Yeah.
since 2011
yeah.
today.
It's been a great trade already. So I bought along one of my favorite gold charts, the Buenaventura Mining Company, hashtag or ticker BVN. I love this one because it's such an awesome base. Like big bases, and I cannot lie. Anyway. So this, good decade plus long base. As long as we're above 18, and you've probably missed the entry. This I got the alert a little while ago, but it's in.
Yeah.
So depending on your time frame, if you're a very longer term, you could probably get in and risk the dollar or so, and be fine.
Or weakness back towards 18.
Exactly. Always. Yep. So this
Peru
one, great base.
Peru's been one of the single best countries out here, really since last year, but definitely off the April lows. Peru's at the top of the global leaderboard.
Yeah.
This is a Peruvian miner.
Yep, exactly. And so international exposure, because I'm always heavy in the US stuff. So it kind of checked a couple of boxes, just because I had been in gold previously, had been out for a while, was looking to get back in. And then when JPOW was dovish and the market started going, I was just buying miners. So this was one chart that I really liked. And then kind of going out on the risk spectrum, obviously we always see gold move first, and then oftentimes silver follows. So I got risky in the AG, the First Majestic, because this one is a wild child.
Literally talking to Rick right now as you're speaking about, should we roll these calls? We probably should have rolled them yesterday if we were gonna roll them. Do we wait now? Like, that's the conversation I'm having. Go ahead.
Oh, so I'm long the common, so I don't have that problem. But I've talked about this many times. I love when there is a key polarity zone that then also intersects with an anchored VWAP. So that level is right there around 8. I actually was late to this one. It's always on my radar. It's just, again, it's one of the silver stocks that I just watch. Hadn't really taken the position until after Jackson Hole, whatever. And I know it's because you guys say it. Now it's in my mind.
Look, AG is not just a beautiful textbook trend reversal chart right now, but this is a preferred vehicle for me. This is really my favorite vehicle because AG, I've been around long enough to see this thing perform in some precious metals bull markets. This is one of the wild childs. Like, this thing has some serious beta and juice behind it, and it really hasn't shown that yet this year with this silver rally. So I look at this one, I think, oh, it's coming. It's coming.
I hope so. I'm long, so I hope so. Hopefully it is.
Mary, you mentioned, adding some international exposure with the BVN. When you do that, are you mindful at all about the countries and the regions and the stuff that they're exposed to that you're adding exposure to? or are these just trades for you? You don't even have to like worry too much about the Peruvian whatever soul.
I should, but no, I look at the chart. If it's a nice chart, I look at price, look at
Good
the
for you.
action. That's all I'm looking at. I mean, I can get on here and say, oh, international exposure, and sound like I made an educated decision and that I'm
No.
super smart, but no, it's a chart.
I appreciate your honesty, and for the record, I think that's a fine answer.
Thank you.
You're just trading these things, you know.
Just
You don't have to
trading.
fall with them. Good for you.
Exactly.
All right.
One more that I wanted to just touch on because this space is looking really spicy. Speaking of spice, so energy. I know you've been talking a little bit about this, and I brought along the Valero chart because this is one that I have had success in the past, and so it's just kind of always on my radar. It's always on my watch list. This has been trading in a range for a number of years, and I got involved. I had the alert right at that VWAP, so I could kind of jump the entry. The way that I like to do. And now we have pushed above that 150, which was kind of that key area of, obviously we had a false breakout earlier before in 24. But that 150 was kind of the level for me. And so we're trading above it now. And energy, there are a lot of really great looking charts. A lot of these, kind of zones that are kind of right up against that, those former highs, or kind of completing these channels that they've been kind of basing in for the last number of years. So what I wanted to encourage people to do, if you are a member of All Star Charts Premium specifically and have a rangefinder, I want to encourage you to go into rangefinder. This is how I use rangefinder all the time. I listen to the show every morning, and if you guys are talking about energy, or you're talking about gold, or you're talking about banks, I like to go in, and if I want to go shopping for the day, I get into rangefinder, go into the trade ideas, and we have some filter sort functions that will help you really identify and narrow in on the best trade that is firing today. So I circled the filters for our viewers and our members to be able to see. You can sort these trade ideas by sector. So I've got energy defined. And then if you go down to price details, you can tell rangefinder, just show me what is at its entry level today. So these are the lines in the sand that our analyst team has identified. If we're above this line in the sand, let's go. And so here you've actually got a couple of our newest trade ideas, TRP, SU, Shell, Next, and that's your shopping list. You can kind of start to then look through charts. You can take all of our thousands of trade ideas from all of the research and narrow it down to just a handful. And that, for me, as a mom, as a full-time, person that's working all day, that is game changing, because it takes all the ideas, breaks it down to a very small little section that then is very manageable to quickly look at and decide if I'm going to take a trade or not. And I was doing this with precious metals last night with the gold and the silver. So it's such a useful resource. If you don't have it, shoot me an email, give me a call. And if you are not a member of All Star Charts Premium, give me a call. Let me tell you about my favorite service on the planet. No offense, Steve. I love Breakout Multiplier too. But this is our research. This is where we get all of these great ideas. And bonus, we've got the conference call going on tonight, which is one of my favorite things that we do. So if you've got questions, give me a call or shoot me an email. I would love to tell you more about All Star Charts Premium.
Yep, everybody needs a good scanning engine. Very important. We plan to do more there in the future on All Star Charts. Going to bust out some real cool scanning tools for you guys soon.
Can't wait.
So thank you, Mary.
Yes, it's my pleasure.
Lovely. All right.
Do you want to do recess? I brought a recess.
Sure. Hit the bumper.
It'll be quick.
I'll go first. We'll just keep this quick.
Sure.
I was joking about Future Proof, guys. I love Future Proof. Josh and Michael, dear friends, love those guys. I just can't make it out there this year. Got some good golf to play here, and I'll be at the Miami one. So you Future Proofers, we'll just rendezvous at Miami this year instead. All right, Mary, what you got?
Sounds good. All right. So last week, I brought a picture along. I took my oldest son to an Oasis concert in Chicago. So Oasis is on a world tour. I was reliving my teenage self, a 90s child. And I was there with my 15-year-old. Yeah. So
these idiots yesterday were talking shit about Oasis. I almost had to come back on and school them. I'm so jealous. I would love to go and see this situation. This is
epic.
stadium rock at its finest. I mean, these are the guys. These are the ones who originally did it. So many hits. This looks amazing. How was it?
It was amazing. So this is at Soldier Field, and the entire field was standing crowd only. So I can't even imagine.
Cool.
We were probably well over 100,000 people in this stadium. My 15-year-old son, he's an old soul, and so I listen to Oasis still today. I still love my favorite albums, What's the Story, Morning Glory, because that was my high school era. And so he has picked up on the music and he loves it. And so he and I did this mother-son outing for the day in Chicago. We did city things like, deep dish pizza. We went to the top of the Hancock and Cheesecake Factory, all those great things. And then this show was just outstanding. It was all of their hits, Wonderwall, Morning Glory, Champagne Supernova, you name it, they played it, and it was epic. The fireworks show at the end, it was amazing. So they're headed out. Actually, I think they're in LA right now. So if you're out in California, get tickets.
These guys were on top of the world, and then the two brothers got in some big beef and fight.
Yeah.
And so you never really had a chance to see them back in the day. They came on the scene, they were red hot, and then like Liam and Noel Gallagher just couldn't get along. So they went their separate ways for a while. It's so cool, the way that some of these great bands come back and we get to see them later on in life. So good for you, Mary.
Yeah, it was great. Really great show.
Around my parts, I'm going.
Not this tour. Tours, they're just 3 stops here in the States. So it was Chicago. They were out in New Jersey, New York, and then LA.
What they do? Meadowlands there? Do you know?
Oh, Brett was there.
Maybe
I'm not sure what the city was. It was in New Jersey though.
All right.
Yeah.
So cool. All right, Fast Market. Let's go make some money. Thanks, Mary, for always great setups as usual from you. I think AG is my favorite if I had to choose just one. And I'm with Brian Lund today too. Watch these space stocks. They might be mooning again soon.
All right.
All right. Everybody, thank you. Thanks for joining us as always. We'll be back tomorrow, same time as always, 8:30 Eastern time for the next morning show. Thank you, Mary. Thank you, Brian Lund. Thank you, Kenny. See you tomorrow, JC. See you tomorrow, everybody else. Adios.
YOLO response.
I can't take no loss. I don't even know what it costs.